Have you ever wondered why people buy things they don't need, overpay for products, or make irrational decisions even when they know better? What if our choices aren't random mistakes at all, but predictable patterns hidden deep inside human behavior? In the groundbreaking book Predictably Irrational, behavioral economist Dan Ariely reveals the surprising truth about why we think and act the way we do. This book challenges the idea that humans are logical decision makers and shows that our irrational behavior follows patterns that can actually be predicted. Once you understand these hidden forces, you start seeing them everywhere, in shopping, relationships, work, money, and everyday life. The book begins by exploring one of the most powerful psychological tricks, relativity. Ariely explains that we rarely make decisions based on absolute value. Instead, we compare things to what's around them. For example, when a company places a very expensive option next to a slightly cheaper one, the cheaper option suddenly feels like a great deal, even if it's still expensive. This is why restaurants place outrageously priced items on menus, and why companies create decoy choices to influence customers. Our brains constantly compare, and marketers know exactly how to use this weakness against us. Another fascinating lesson from the book is the power of free. Ariely explains that the moment something becomes free, our logic disappears. People will often choose a free item over a better product with greater value simply because the emotional excitement of getting something for free takes over. The word free creates an irrational level of attraction, making us forget to think carefully. This simple concept explains why free trials, free shipping, and giveaways are so effective in influencing consumer behavior. The book also dives into how expectations shape our experiences. Ariely shares experiments showing that if people believe something is expensive or high quality, they often experience it as better, even if it's exactly the same product. In one study, people enjoyed wine more when they thought it cost more money. In another, fake medicine worked better when participants believed it was expensive. This reveals something shocking. Our minds don't just influence our decisions, they influence reality itself. Expectations can change how we experience taste, happiness, pain, and satisfaction. One of the most eye-opening sections focuses on procrastination and self-control. Ariely explains that humans struggle to make long-term decisions because we naturally seek immediate pleasure and avoid discomfort. We delay important tasks, overspend money, and break commitments because short-term emotions often overpower long-term goals. But the book doesn't just point out the problem, it also shows how creating deadlines, systems, and accountability can help us fight against our irrational tendencies. The author also explores the surprising effect of social norms versus market norms. When relationships are based on kindness, trust, and human connection, people behave differently than when money becomes involved. For example, helping a friend move feels natural, but offering a small payment for the same help can suddenly make the interaction feel cold and transactional. Ariely shows that once money enters a situation, it changes human motivation in powerful ways. This lesson applies to workplaces, friendships, families, and even customer loyalty. Another powerful idea from the book is how ownership changes perception. The moment we own something, we begin to overvalue it. This is called the endowment effect. People often demand more money to sell an item than they would have paid to buy it in the first place. Our emotions become attached to ownership, making it difficult to think objectively. This explains why people hold on to unused possessions, make emotional investments, or refuse to admit when they've made bad decisions.